We'll just give it a couple of moments just to see who's coming on, because I think I pressed everything a little bit too late. So Ray's probably going frantic now trying to get everyone the link. So we'll just give it a minute. If you want to get everything ready that you need. So if you're new to this, you're going to need a block, a belt. If you don't have a yoga belt, then just use your dressing gown cord or something like that. And if you haven't got any blocks, then books or a firm cushion in some cases may do. Okay. So I think we're starting to get a few people in. Sorry about this, it was just me. I'll just give it one more minute and then we'll start. I'll just get myself sat down ready. I've got Rita here as well. She's in the room. Okay. Right then, so we'll make a start. So thank you for joining me today. If you're not feeling too well, best to maybe just watch the video through and then play it back on a time when you're feeling a little bit better and then approach the practice. If you're new to this, just take your time. Don't beat yourself up. Just if you need to kind of rest at any time, then take a rest. This session is done more, there's maybe not quite so much explaining on some of this. You can also watch one of the level 1 or on the beginners and level 1 classes, a little bit more explained about maybe where to be in a pose. So this one is just maybe kind of kept a little bit more flowing and well, actually not always flowing, but it's going to be kind of a little bit more kept going for those who kind of know a little bit more how to do. Okay, so without any further disruption to your class, let's get started. So sit yourself down. So on a block, if you need it, make sure those hips are lifted and we have a nice long straight spine. And then bring the hands together. So just dip the chin in towards the chest. Keep the chest lifting up. Time now just to set your intention for your practice. So making sure that your intention is just personal and heartfelt to you. Whether that's clearing headspace or whether you're working towards something. If you're unsure, just have an open mind, just to be all accepting. Okay. And then bring the thumbs up to the space just between the eyes, just to really reaffirm that intention. Take the hands up over the crown. So your intention is then out there. And then draw the hands back down again towards the heart center. Releasing the hands down to the knees and just softly open the eyes. So take a long, deep breath in. Exhale with the mouth open. And take 2 more. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth open. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth open. Good. Place your right hand down, left arm, palm facing up. Bring the arm up and take it over the head. Take a nice stretch over, right over to that right hand side. And then bringing the hand back over, place it down. Raise your right arm up, take it over the head, and then bringing it back. And again, lifting, taking it over, and then back. And lift, then take it over and then back. And once more, so lift, take it over and bring it back. Lift, take it over and bring it back. Inhale, taking the arms up over the head. Interlock the fingers, turning the hands over. Reach those arms up towards the ceiling. So squeezing those elbows together. Make sure that we're drawing the belly in. And then bringing the arms down. Turn the hands over. Change the interlock. So the hand with the finger on the top, turn it down one. Arms back over. And then taking the arms up again over the head. Be raising those arms up. Draw the shoulders back down. And then bringing the arms back down again. Inhale, take the arms up. Hands separate this time. Inhale, get that lift. Exhale, turn to your right hand side. One hand back behind, one hand pushing down onto the leg. Keep the lift through the body, turning and looking back. Make sure that twist happens first through your waist, your rib cage, the chest, and then the neck. Inhale, come back up to the center. Exhale, go back round. So we're going over to the left side this time. Make sure you're not forcing yourself round. Just push that hand down onto the leg. Turn and look back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, going back round to the right side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, go back round to the left. Inhale, arms up. Once more round to the right side. Inhale, arms up. And once more round to the left side. Inhale, back up. And then exhale as you bring the arms down. Now, if you come off your blocks, you're going to need 2 blocks. So I want you to lie yourself down. Now, if you take one block, first of all, it's going to go on your ankles. So it's going to rest on there. Now, I know it's not really very heavy on that. And the other arm is your other block, is going to go over your head. So we're going to stretch away just with the heels. Now, when you stretch the heels, make sure you feel as if you're bringing in the whole of the back of the leg. Stretch it away right from underneath your bum cheeks, right through to your heels, drawing your toes back. Now, the weight of that block is going to feel like a lead weight pressing onto there. So imagine that you've got lead weight pressing on your ankles. The block over the head, again, you've got lead weight resting onto that. Now, suck your belly back, draw it back, keep it pulling right back as much as you can. Tuck your rib cage in, so squeezing it in, bring it down towards the floor. Keep the arms stretching back, keep the legs stretching away. Now feel as if you can almost bring those feet up and the legs up off the floor, but not quite. You really feel that start to engage in your core. Same with the arms. Feel as if you can raise your arms up a little bit higher, but remember that leg weight is on there. So leg weight is pushing down, but you're pushing against it. So keep the belly drawing back, keep the rib cage back. You should be able to feel that shaking going on in your core. So keep drawing it back, keep feeling as if there's a leg weight. Keep it there, keep it there, keep it there, and then relax. Okay, so you can just grab hold of your block that was on your foot. So you need a block in both hands. Now we're going to keep the left leg, you're going to stretch that leg out. Again, push away through the heel. So the right leg, bring it in, flex so both feet, we have the feet flexed. We're going to take our right arm back over the head. Your left arm, you're grabbing hold of your block. And I'm not pushing on my knee, I'm pushing kind of into the lower part of the leg and up into the inner thigh. Now I'm going to push in, and again I'm going to draw my belly back, I'm going to draw the rib cage back. I'm going to feel as if there's that leg weight pushing it onto my ankle as well as onto my hand. And I can stretch them back, but really feeling it. And you can even bring the left leg just a little way off the floor. Now keep this left hand pushing into the leg. Push it in. Push it in, keep the feet flexed, draw back through your belly, flatten out the back, squeezing in, squeezing in, squeezing in, squeezing in, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and release. Okay, bringing the arms back. So just take a breath from there. And then we do the same on the other side. So right leg is going to stay stretched out. Left leg is in. So knee looking up towards the ceiling. Both feet are flexed. So you're going to take your left hand back over the head, right block and arm is just going to push into the leg, not on the knee, remember. Take it a little bit further down, so we're into the thigh, onto the lower part of the leg. So that's pushing in. Imagine those weights on your ankle and on that block over the head. So we're pushing, we're pushing, we're pushing, we squeeze back into the belly, keep pushing with the arm, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, squeeze into your belly, flatten out the belly a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. Draw your rib cage in, squeeze back, squeeze back, squeeze back, pull back even more, and release. Whew. Okay, so hopefully you felt those. If you didn't, then you can message me and I'll tell you where you're going wrong because you could feel them. Okay, so give the legs a little bit of a shake. Bring the knees in, little rock in, and you can rock yourself up to sitting. Okay, take your block, place it onto your feet. Take your arms straight out with the block. So one block on the ankles and one block straight out. Draw the legs up. So keep stretching away, keep stretching away, keep stretching away. Make sure you're drawing back through the belly, keep the chest lifted, and then slowly start to raise the legs. Imagine you've got that legs weight pressing onto the legs. We're just stretching away with the arms this time. Keep sucking back into the belly. And then bring it back down. Okay, well done. Okay, so leave your blocks just at one side for a moment. Bring yourself over onto your hands and knees. So big toes together. Take your knees out as wide as your mat if you can. Bottom back towards the heels. Arms stretching forward. So placing that head down. So feeling that stretch right through into the small of the back. Bottom tucking down. Take a few breaths, arms stretch forward, spreading out with each and every finger. Okay, so from that maximum stretch, just ease off just a little bit. So we feel that when we breathe, we can feel the body just gently starting to move. So we're keeping with that softer approach. The softness to the skin. So even though the arms are straight, even though we're stretching away or we're drawing back on the belly, there's still a little bit of softness there. Okay, so pull up now into the top part of the back. Bring yourself up onto your hands and knees. Bringing the knees in. So we're going to place our elbows down onto the floor. Palms are facing up. Now to get your distance that you need, it's like you're set up for your headstand. So just grab the tops of the arms. So grab hold there, don't let the elbows move. Place the arms down with a little bit of a distance between the hands. Okay, so they're down onto the floor, palms are facing up. Bring your knees in a little bit closer, tuck your toes, and then lifting up. Now, just you can come right up onto the toes and just play around a little bit just with your range. So we can just see if you just rock the weight forward a little bit and then take it back. Rock the weight forward and take it back. Keep lifting up away from the shoulders. So just hold a couple more breaths. And then bringing the knees down. Okay, so we'll just keep the knees together this time, the head down. We can turn the hands back over. Nice little gentle stretch, but nothing too kind of rigid. Okay, bring yourselves up, hands and knees, tuck the toes. So lifting up on one of our first many Ardha Mukha Svanasana. So take the weight back. Get your ears in line with your arms, keeping the chest back, keeping the spine long, and then slowly start to lift. Pedal out a little bit with the feet. Now we're going to pedal out that whole time as we start to walk the feet in and come forward. So feet are out just a little distance apart. Grab hold again just of each arm. So holding at the top and just take a little swing over from side to side. Okay, so placing the hands down onto the floor. Bend your knees, a good deep bend. Keep that lift up through the belly. Look forward. Sink the bottom down a little bit lower. Keep working that by pushing the feet down. Really feel that firing up into the thighs. Take the arms forward. Sink the bottom down a little bit lower. So really working into those thighs. Press the feet. Work it into the thighs. Lift the arms up a little bit higher. Keep the bottom scooting back and down. Slowly start to come up, really working it through those thighs. So arms stretch right up and then draw the hands in. Woo, that was a warming one to start, wasn't it? Okay, right, so just roll the shoulders. So let's get the body just loosened off a little bit first, just with some sun salutations. Okay. So nice and swift and free moving. Bringing the hands in. Drop the hands down. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale, arms wide if you've got the room, coming all the way down to the floor. Inhale up to halfway and look forward. And back down. Take the right leg back into your get, set, go position. Left leg back. Knees down. Chin and chest come down. Slide through, lifting up and the feet are released. Head is down, pull back, tuck the toes, lift up. So edge your feet in just a little way. Just take a little easing over from side to side. Now when you bring your bum over to the right side, then turn as if you're trying to look to it. Then take it back to the center, let the head release, and then let the bum go over to the left side, turn the head as if you're trying to look back to it. And then come back to the center again. Take your right leg up in the air. Bring that leg through and up between the hands. Stepping in, head down. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Come all the way up and draw the hands in. And drop the hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, go wide with the arms. Come all the way down to the floor. Inhale as you come up to halfway. And back down. Take your left leg, nice big stride back. Scoot your belly back, taking that right leg back. Knees down, chin and chest come down. Release the feet, slide through, lifting up. Head down if we can, rolling back over the toes and edge your feet in. So checking out your setup. And rather than going over from side to side this time, I just want you to kind of really feel as if you can roll on the spine. So even if your bottom lifts up and rolling over and over or reversing that, just to get a little bit of movement going along the spine. So just explore, see where we can go with that. Okay, and then easing back. So left leg now, lifting that leg up high. Bring that leg through, placing it down. And stepping in. Head down, take the arms wide, inhale as you come all the way up. And bringing the hands in. Okay, we're going to work into a few lunges with this now. So dropping the hands down. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale, take the arms wide, come all the way down. Inhale up to halfway, looking forward, and then back down again. So right leg, nice big stride back. Bring your knee down. If you need to, just roll your mat over to get a little bit of extra padding just underneath that knee. So relax the foot, taking the arms up. See if we can take the arms back a little bit further. And then bring your hands down. Once the hands come down to the floor, we're going to start to pull back. So working into half monkey pose, Padmanasana. So start to draw back. You can start to lift the foot and pull back a little bit. And feel that stretch going along the, you can't see quite so much on this side, along the back of this left leg. And then come forward. So come forward into it, so easing out. So again, you'll feel a stretch along the back of that leg and also into the hip flexor of that right leg. So again, so we pull back, drawing all the way back, and then come forward. So easing forward into it, looking forward. That's 2, and then pull back again. So feeling the stretch along the back of the leg, and then come forward, and that's 3. And if you hear me cracking, that is my ankles. Okay, so we're there, and then we can just release from that back leg, taking the front leg back. Okay, we can come down into chaturanga now. So start to bring your weight forward, come down, push over the toes, lifting through. Pull, head down and pull back, over the toes. So bringing it through. Take a couple of breaths. Okay, so bend and straighten the legs. Bend and straighten, suck back into the belly. You either have the choice of either stepping the feet forward one at a time, or if you want to jump, make sure you're really drawing into the belly. Look forward towards the top edge of your mat and jump. Head down, take the arms wide, come all the way up and drawing the hands in. Okay, ready for the other leg. So drop the hands down. Inhale, take the arms up over the head. Exhale as you go wide, coming down. Inhale, coming up to halfway. And exhale back down. Take the left leg, nice big stride back. Bend your mat up if you need the knee with some extra padding. Flatten that foot, taking the arms up. So a nice big stretch out with this, taking the arms back if they'll go back a little bit further. So we're lifting up, creating space through that midsection. Hands come down to the floor. Okay, once they're down, then we start to pull back. So half Hanumanasana. So we start to draw back. We can pull those toes back a little bit. Feel the stretch going right along this back leg. And even when we come forward and we go into it, we'll also feel a bit of a stretch here, as well as in the hip flexor on the other leg. Okay, so that's 1. Then pull back again. So draw back, pull the toes back, and then again come forward. That's 2. Pull back, and then come forward. That's 3. Okay, so once we're there with it, we straighten out in that back leg. Front leg back to join it. So we're into our plank. From here, either knees down, chin and chest, or come down into chaturanga, push over the toes. So we're in Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, roll back over the toes into Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Edge your feet in just a little way. Take a couple of breaths. Okay, so we either raise our left leg and then bring it through to come forward, or you can step the feet forward, or if you're going to jump, just bend and straighten the legs, get that sucking back through the belly. Look forward, look to the top edge of the mat, and when you're ready, jump, head down, take the arms wide, inhale, come all the way up, bringing the hands in. Okay, good, nice one. Just take a breath. Now, each time you're exhaling, really sink that into the lower part of the belly. So making sure that we feel that lower part of the belly draws back. It's drawing back in and up each time we exhale. Now, also as well from there, see if we can get that a little bit higher up, so into that Uddiyana Bandha. So we've done the Mula Bandha, lower down, Uddiyana Bandha, a little bit higher up. So we need to really get that kind of sucking in and up underneath the rib cage. Okay, so we're going to come down and we're going to do Bakasana. So if we drop the hands down, inhale as you take the arms up over your head. Now I'm going to start, just take the feet out a little bit wider. So knees can go out slightly to the side. Now I'm going to start to draw the hands down on that midline, suck back into your belly, come all the way down, bending the legs, bending the legs, bending the legs, and place the hands down to the floor. So when they're down to the floor, the hands are going to be like crow's feet, so they're going to be forward slightly and nicely spread out, squeezing into the belly. Let the knees go out to the sides as you come up onto your toes, and then we can start just to hook onto the tops of the arms. We're going to start to look forward, look as far forward as you can, lift one leg up, lift the other foot up, and we're holding there. Keep squeezing the belly. If you can, you're going to jump back, or 1 foot down, step it back. Okay, once we're there with it, we're knees down, chin and chest. Come through, lifting up. Press down into the tops of the feet, get the knees up off the floor, roll over the toes to come back, and then just step it in, just reset your positioning. I seem to be all over the place on my mat, I've gone all over. Yeah, so come right up onto your toes. Get your hips up nice and high. Chest is heading back. Remember to keep your chest, your rib cage housed evenly in the skin. Draw your belly back. Sink the heels back and down. So make sure that there's no tension held around near those shoulders. Okay, look forward. Either step or suck back into Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and then jump forward. Okay, arms go wide, inhale, come all the way up, and back down. Okay, bring the hands down to the floor. Oh, sorry, hands down by your sides. And then we're just going to bend the knees and just place the hands down. Take the right leg, nice big stride back. So we're going to keep that back foot with the heel lifted and a slight bend in the knee. So front leg, we feel everything pulling up away from that leg. We can start to raise the arms, so we come up into a crescent. So take those arms up, take them back a little bit further. Holding there, nice and strong with the legs, even though that back leg has got a slight bend. Keep pulling up away from the front leg. So we start to feel it in that front leg. Okay, now we're going to start to spin the arms round, place the back heel down so we can come into Virabhadrasana 2. Keep pushing right back now into that back leg. Place the hand down, palm facing up, so bring it into reverse warrior. Bring it back round. Inhale, exhale, extend over, elbow down, arm going over the head. So making sure that we don't really have the weight pressing down onto this arm. Use that back foot pressing down. Bring that top arm back to Virabhadrasana 2. Top arm now is going to come up and over, pivot on that back foot and stepping back. So back into your plank. Knees down. From here, bring your elbows down, your forearms down again, palms facing up. Draw your knees in a little bit closer, and then we start to lift up. So we come back up into dolphin pose. Can you bring your feet in a little bit closer? And the knees back down. Okay, come back up into your plank position. Knees down. Chin and chest coming down, slide through, lifting up. Head down, pull back, lifting up. Edge your feet in a little bit closer. Suck back. So Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Bend your knees, look forward and jump. Head down, arms wide. Inhale as you come all the way up and hands down. Okay. Drop the hands down. Bring the hands down to the floor. Step your left leg back. Slight bend in that back leg. Front leg, we're pulling up away from it. We're taking the arms up over the head. So we come up into a crescent pose. Keep the arms lifted. We should be able to feel a little bit of a burn through that front leg. Okay, start to spin it round. So we're into Virabhadrasana 2. Keep pushing back into this back leg. Inhale, extend over. So an elbow just above the knee, arm going over the head. Bring it back up. Backhand now, palm facing up. Bring it up and over, pivot on the back foot. As the hands go down, step that front leg back. So you're back again into your plank position. Bring your knees down. Again, your forearms down. Palms facing up. Now, if it helps this time, just interlock your fingers. So if you felt comfortable with the last one, you can always have your palms facing up and with the hands slightly apart. If it felt a little bit much, bring your hands together. Draw your knees in, tuck your toes, and then lifting up. Nice straight legs again, just seeing if we can walk in. Now this time, just see if we can take one leg up. Bring that leg down, and the other leg up. And then back down. Bring your knees down, and take a little rest there. Now, while some of us are taking a little rest, some of you might want to go back into the pose again, or you may want to just move yourself over to a wall and have a go just lifting up into Pinchamarasana. But the rest of us will just take a moment here and we'll just rest. So your hands can be forward, the head can be down. So if you were lifting up, you can just, if you're playing this back, just pause it for a moment and have a go doing it. Okay, stretch your arms forward. Come up onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes under, lifting up. Edge your feet in a little bit closer. Really engage again, just in those core muscles. And look forward, bend your knees and jump. Head down, bend your knees this time. Good deep bend. Bring your arms up. So keep the bottom down and then slowly start to rise up. And drawing the hands in. Okay, bring the hands down. Just take a little breather. Allow yourself just time just to focus on how you feel. Focus on your breathing. If you need your eyes closed, just taking that focus inwards. Okay, so opening the eyes. Bringing the hands in. Drop the hands down. Inhale, take the arms up over the head. Bring the hands together. Draw them down through that midline all the way down to the floor. So hands are placed down. Now we're going to take our right leg back. So just a little way, we're going to have the setup for Parsvottanasana. So keeping both hips facing towards the short end of your mat. Fingers are placed down. Then let the head just tuck down. Don't worry too much if that back heel is lifted. Just get those hips square. Okay, from here we're going to take, So we should all have our left foot forward. We're going to take our right hand across. Then we can start to take our left arm, wrap it behind your back to begin with. Pressing that right hand down, start to work into a little bit of a twist. So we start to turn, 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 and then raising the arm. Reaching the arm up towards the ceiling. So we open up through the chest that little bit more. Make a lovely twist. Okay, bringing the hand back down. Let's get your set up again. And then bend the knees and step it back in. Okay, we're going to do the same for the other side. So we're stepping that left leg back. Hips are facing forward. If you were like how I just went, a little bit wobbly then, go a little bit wider across your mat. So not wider as in taking the foot back, a little bit wider on the short end of your mat. Okay, so hips are facing towards that short end. Now, just bring the head down. And then from there, lifting back up, lengthen forward. Take your left hand now to the outside of that right foot. So once it's there, the fingers are pressing down, we're going to take that right hand, bring it behind your back. So when it's there, then we can start just to press away from the floor with that left hand. We can start to turn the body and turn the body and turn and turn and turn and raise the arm. And then bringing that hand back down, nice and carefully, placing the hands either side, soften the front knee, step it in. Head down, then bend the knees. Good. Oh, as my ankle's cracking again. So bending the knees, taking the arms up, sink the bottom down, and slowly start to fire that up through the thighs and the core, and then draw the hands back in. Okay, how are we doing? We all right? So just let the hands come down, just roll the shoulders back. We're going to take 3 breaths. If you do need to grab yourself a drink, just grab it now. Okay, so turn now, so we're long on the mat. Okay, bringing the arms out to the sides. So turning in with the left foot, turning out with the right leg. Exhale as you bend the knee. So good deep bend, but really fire it up through that back leg. So pressing down into that back leg. Inhale, exhale as we extend over again into Parsvakonasana. Now the elbow can either be onto the knee. If you feel you're okay with it, you can take the hand down to the floor and taking the arm over the head. So whichever way, as long as you feel as if you're not really pressing down into that. So arm going over the head. Now if you want to go a little bit further with it, we're going to wrap that top arm back behind. You're going to start to bring that lower hand down to the floor. It's going to come down to the floor and it's going to catch on the bind behind. So I'm going to just talk you through it on this bit because this leg does not like it to go on that. So the hand will go underneath, the arm will be back and you'll be holding that bind. So once we're there with it, we turn the chest a little bit more. If you're not going for the bind, just take your hand back, rest your hand onto your thigh. But push back into that back leg. Okay, and then undo the bind, take the arm up and slowly start to come back up out of it. Straighten out with the leg, turn the feet in, refresh the arms, then over to the other side. So turn in, turn out, keeping that lift, then exhale as we bend the knee. So from here we can go into Parsvakonasana. So we inhale, we exhale as we extend over. Either elbow just onto the forearm, or you can bring the hand down to the floor, taking the arm over the head. A nice big stretch up out of it. If you're wanting to go a little bit further, we can bring the hand in on the inside. Top arm is going to wrap round. Bring the hand underneath and it grabs behind. So pulling back. Turn, have the chest looking up towards the ceiling. And then release, bringing the arm up and all the way back up again. Straighten out with the legs, turning in with the feet. So just refresh the arms and bring the hands onto the hips. So for here, just have the toes just turning in slightly. Fingers are at the front of the hip, so right with the little finger in line with those creases on your pants. Thumbs pressing in to that top quarter muscle on your bum. Now, as we pull back with the fingers, as we push in with the thumbs, then we'll start to tip forward. Now, just before we do that, we're going to again reaffirm the legs. So push out to the outer edges of your feet. Really work it. If you work it, you'll feel these inner thighs kick in as you push out. So from here, oh, hang on, just got a bit of cramp in that line. So as we pull back with the fingers, as we push in, we bring the chest forward. Keep nice and long through the spine as you come down to the floor. Bring your hands down to the floor. So just comfortably down onto the floor. Okay, just fingertips are just resting there. Now work to lift back up. So I'm just going to come a little bit now. Okay, so when we're there with it, hands are down to the floor. Lift the chest. Lift, look forward. And then slowly just back down again. Again, lift, come up, just halfway. And then back down again. And come up halfway. Now hands this time are going to go back into that crease. Pressing in, pulling back with the fingers, pressing in with the thumbs. Aim to lift the head, lift the chest, come right up. Okay, take your arms out to the side. So we're going to do, again, we're going to do 3 more times. One with the hands back. So when we take the hands back this time, we're going back. Thumbs are facing down, we're going back, and then we join the fingers in. So reverse prayer with the hands up between the shoulder blades. So one of these and then one with the hands clasped. Okay, so legs are nice and wide still. Big toe, if anything, the big toes are turning in. So heels are slightly further out. So roll the shoulders back, push the hands together, keeping that lift, and then aim to come forward. Doesn't matter how far forward you come, just aim to come forward. Lengthen through the spine as much as we can. Keep going forward, keep going forward, keep going forward. Then the gravity will just help you pull down. Push the hands together, wing the elbows back as with hands push down, pushing together. And release the head. Okay, from there, inhale, lift the head, come right back up again. Bring the hands down, stretch them down to the floor. Take the arms out to the side. So thumbs are facing down. We're bringing the hands back, interlock the fingers. So interlock them, get right to the end of the fingers, roll the shoulders back, pull back and down. Then again, you're coming forward. So pulling the hands back, not raising the arms yet, so for sure you put sideways on. So arms are just pulling back. We're coming forward, we're coming forward, we're coming forward, we're coming forward. Then you'll feel that the arms can start to lift, they'll start to go over the head. If you work too quick, taking the arms over first, then the rest of the body is not going to have a chance to kind of catch up. It's not going to work as hard. So we just allow them to be there, just moving gently over a little bit from side to side. And then when we come back, we're going to pull back with the arms, we're going to lift the head, we're going to come all the way back up. Okay, roll the shoulders back. Step the feet back in. So just take a moment. Draw back through the belly. Okay, take the feet out a little bit wider. So we're going to come down into a wide squat. So if the heels don't stay down, we're aiming to get them down towards the floor. So don't worry too much, or you can kind of roll your mat or put a little bit of padding or something underneath your heels. So still have that feeling of drawing in and lifting up. And then we start to bend the knees. So when we bend the knees, we're coming forward, we're placing those hands down. And again, that cracking there was not my ankle that time, it was my knee. Okay, so hands are down to the floor. We're aiming to keep the heels down as much as we can. Now working onto it with the right hand first. Excuse me, we're going to start to stretch that hand away, pushing it out to the side. So it's on the inside of the knee. We're going to take our left hand, we're going to open up through the chest, taking the arm right up, and it's going to come back behind, right back to my waist. Now the hand which is on the floor, I'm going to bend that back and then grab hold. So we're in a twist, looking up towards the ceiling, but also in that squat position. And then release, bringing the hands back in, so we can just nudge the knees out a little bit to the side. And we do the same again for the left hand side. So we stretch that hand away, so it stretches along the floor. We then take the right arm up, so coming right up, we bring it back behind, and then we can take the left hand back behind and we can grab hold, and we can work into the twist and looking up. If you haven't caught the hands behind, it's fine. I count on this side, I count on the other side. One side always seems to be better than the other. And then we release back round and slowly bring it back up again. Okay, heel, toe the feet back in and coming back up. So roll the shoulders back. Okay, so we're going to bring it back down to the floor. We're going to work a little bit more on the core muscles, and then we're going to be lifting up into Shavasana. So if you want to make your way down, and again, just grab hold of your blocks again. So we're going to have our left leg out straight again. Right leg is in, both feet are flexed. Take your block, press it into the leg. Taking the right hand back behind. Draw your belly back as much as you can. Feel that there's a weight pressing down onto that extended leg, onto the ankle, and also onto the block which is back behind my head. So we're going to squeeze back into the lower part of the belly. Squeezing back, then draw back a little bit more into the solar plexus, so drawing the rib cage down. So imagine that you're pushing the hand up, there's a weight on it, we're trying to lift the leg up, there's a weight on that as well, and we're squeezing, we're pushing in, and the leg is also, that right leg is also pushing into the block. So we squeeze in, we find that connection there, we find it, we've got it, and then release. Oh, gosh. And then on to the other side. So left hand is back, right arm comes in. So the right leg can stay where it is, left leg is coming up, both feet are flexed. Push the block into the leg. Push the leg into the block. So then again, we're tuning in, we're getting right into the belly, right into the solar plexus. So we squeeze, we push, we lift the leg, we're trying lifting the arm, we're pushing, we're working. Oh, just got cramp. So we're pushing, we're squeezing it in, we're lifting, feel that in the belly, feel it in the belly, stretch back, even more. One more time, and then that's it. Oh. Okay, so just bring the legs up. Take a little rock over from side to side. Now, obviously, we don't want to lose that we've just got in the belly. So we're just going to rock ourselves up. You can grab yourselves a little bit of wall space, just ready for Shasana. If you're not wanting to do Shasana, which is your headstand, again, you can just go back just into your dolphin pose. So with your dolphin pose, it was with your, so you had your palms facing up, you had your forearms down onto the mat, and you were walking your legs in and lifting up. So keep these pushing down, keep pulling up from here. So let me just show you. So you were either in this pose here and lifting up and working into it there. If you're going up into Shasana, if you can, aim to pull one leg in at a time. So that's going to work more into your core. So really take the focus into there. If you're just kind of hovering and taking one leg up and hoping for your balance, at some point, if you're doing variations with a headstand, you really need to kind of have that core engaged. So to get that correct distance, again, the distance is kind of from arm to arm, shoulder to shoulder. So grabbing hold. So once the hands are down, and then head in. So again, lifting up like you would for dolphin pose. Draw the legs in, draw them in, draw them in. Squeeze one leg in, squeeze the other one in, holding there, and then stretch the legs up. So legs stretch up towards the ceiling, exactly like what we've just been doing through this session. So with the heels pushing away, with the feet flex, squeeze the legs together, then draw back across that belly, draw the solar plexus back, keep pushing down with the arms. And we're just going to be here for 25 minutes. No, I'm joking, we're not. So we could just take a few breaths. You can do your variations, do your twists, or maybe taking your legs out wide. But just work here first for a few breaths. Make sure we're drawing back right through that solar plexus and right through the belly. And when you are coming down, bend your knees, taking your feet back, and then draw the knees in towards the chest, squeezing in, squeezing in, squeezing in, and then placing your feet down. And once you come down, I'll move myself a little bit closer in towards you. So once you are down, I look a little bit blurry, don't I? Okay, so hands back behind your head. Push the head back into the hands. And then if we can, just feel that as if the hands are sliding up the head with the chin dropping in. And then release, and then do it again. So push the head back, and let the hands then just slide up the head, and then release. And once more, so we push the head back, let the hands slide up the head, and then release. Okay. So if you want to join me back on your mat, we're just going to do a seated twist. Okay. So left leg to begin with. Just take the hands just underneath the left knee, bringing that leg back. So holding in towards the body. So making sure that we're sat nice and tall. And then taking so it's going to be left leg up, left arm is going to come forward. So take that arm forward, grab hold of the foot if you can, and then turn it so the palm faces away from the toes. Wrap that round the leg, so it's going to come all the way around and towards the waist. Taking your right hand forward, we take a big deep breath in, and as you breathe out, we throw the arm back and we catch hold of the hand. We sit up tall and then we turn, taking the shoulder back. Now, after a few breaths here, and this lovely twist, we can bring it into a forward bend. So we can lift up a little bit taller and then muscle your way forward and bringing your head down towards the knee. So we get the benefit of a twist and a calming forward fold. And then we lift back up and we undo, we come out of it. Feel like one of those big bouncy balls after that one. That's just been let go. Okay, so then the same on the other side. So grab hold at the back of the knee, bring that leg back. Again, we sit tall. So the leg that we've raised, the right leg, we're going to bring that right arm forward. It's going to grab hold of the foot. It then wraps around the leg, so it comes from the inside to the outside towards your waist. The left hand comes forward, grabs to the foot. It then goes back and round and we grab hold. So once we've got hold and we're reaching towards the wrist on the arm that we've taken back, we take it into a twist, we look back, and then we can come round. We wriggle ourselves up a little bit more and then we come forward as best we can. And then lifting the head and releasing, coming back up. Okay, straighten out with the legs. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. Okay, but turn this way around here. So one more pose to go. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. So we're going to take our right leg first of all, out straight, left leg is going to be bent. So we're going to draw in that left leg, bring it in towards the body. Sit tall by pushing the hands down. And then from here, again, hinging forward at the hips. So we start to bring the chest forward as we come down. And then bring the hands so they're coming round the foot. So now you can see how we've come forward. So nice and straight along the spine. So we start to come forward, forward, forward. Take the hands going beyond the foot. So beyond the foot and then the head goes down. Take a few more breaths. So even if you've got the hands and they're just to the foot, if your thumbs are on the front of the foot, take them back behind, take them round the foot. And let the foot be the guide for you to come forward. So it's not a case of getting hold with the hands, of dragging yourself through, using the muscles in the arm and with brute force. It's more of a softening as you come forward and just a case of letting go to come forward. If you're well forward on it, you can grab hold of your left wrist as you come forward. And then we inhale, we come all the way back up. Straightening out with the leg. Press the hands down, sit tall. And then the same on the right. So let the knee edge out to the side. We can start to bring that leg in. So it should be comfortably down. We can press down. And then we're hinging again at the hips. Hinging forward as we come forward. Again, we can just take the hands going back towards the soles of the feet. Now it's fine, even if you're up here, if you start to feel a stretch going across where your bra strap is, then you've kind of bent over a little bit too much. What we need to do is feel an even stretch along the rest of the spine. So keep as much of the spine straight as you can when you come over it, so you are feeling an even stretch. Be true to yourself with it. And on this leg for me, it feels more awkward coming down, so it's better for me to stay up a little bit higher rather than kind of showing off, coming forward and not really feeling particularly great tomorrow or the next day. So again, thumbs want to be behind towards the sole of the foot, and to keep the foot flexed as much as you can. Soften out a little bit more through the belly, but just be aware each time you exhale, just drawing the belly back a little bit to come forward. And then inhale, lifting up, coming all the way up. And then straightening out with the legs. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. And Shavasana. So if you want to either grab whatever you need to make yourself more comfortable, so if you want to have blocks underneath your legs, or if you want to have a blanket over you, then by all means take all those things, or a cushion behind the head, taking those as well. So just to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Okay, so when you're ready, just take your feet out a little bit wider. And just maybe gently roll the legs in and out a few times. And then the same with the arms. So just rolling the whole of the arms in and out. And rolling right from the shoulders. And eventually just leaving so the inner arms and palms are facing up. So this takes us nice and wide across from shoulder to shoulder. If then, by all means, you can just fold the hands in and take the hands just resting onto the belly. And dip the chin in slightly. Let's take a little rock with the head over from side to side. So just feel the back of the head just rolling into the mat. So not necessarily just thinking of just the freedom of your neck as you move from side to side, but also that little bit of pressure as you push the back of the head down into the floor. That pressure, almost like a little self-massage just for the head. Just feeling the back of the head as it moves into the floor. Just softly with the eyes closed. And just being aware of every part of the body which is touching down onto the floor. So just notice, just be aware. Back of the head, shoulders, part of the arms, back. Be some of the small of the back, buttocks. Which parts of the backs of the legs are touching down onto the floor? So just notice, just be aware. Take the focus of the breath now to those parts which are touching down onto the floor. So inhale and just exhale and allow those areas to soften out even more. And then take it to the parts which aren't actually touching down onto the floor. So if it is the small of the back, or you feel maybe an area between the shoulder blades. So just taking the focus of the breath to those parts. Inhale into those parts, and as you exhale, allow those areas just to release and to let go. And notice how it feels when you allow those areas to let go. Not only does it have an effect on the body, it also has an effect on the mind. It may be areas in the body where we've held tension, maybe from earlier on today, or maybe holding that tension from things a lot longer ago. So just noticing, just being aware as those areas release and let go. And then allow the breath just to wash over the body. So feel when you're inhaling into the whole of the body. And as you exhale, exhale down from the top of the head, down the face, front, back and sides of the head, down the front of the body, arms, the back, all the way down to the toes, not leaving any part out. Allow that exhalation just to wash completely over you. Allow that feeling, when it washes over you, just again that feeling of release, letting go. Leaving a feeling of the body feeling nourished, cleansed. A feeling of content, feeling of peace. And I'm just taking 3 more deep breaths. So just softly now, just bring that awareness back by opening the ears to the different sounds. Not really allowing them to affect us in any way. Just hear the sounds for what they are. Swallow a couple of times, bring back your sense of taste. Gently move your fingers maybe over your clothes, or your thumbs over your fingertips. Just bringing back your sense of touch. Open your eyes. And just noticing just how you're looking at things. Maybe a spot on the ceiling. Just notice. You see things differently, often with relaxed, quiet eyes. Again, just notice how you feel. And then just over the next couple of breaths, just start to stir the body a little bit more, start to move, maybe draw the knees in, take a rock from side to side. Just bringing yourselves back up to sitting. And just joining me with the palms together. And just gently just bow the head, just closing the eyes. So just bringing your thoughts back to your intention, which you set earlier. And then to close the session, taking the hands up over the crown. Drawing the hands down, that's the Ajna chakra, or intuitive center. Vishuddha at the throat. We speak our truth and listen well. Anahata, heart center, center for love and compassion. And Manipura, and solar plexus, giving us our will and our drive. Svadhisthana, the sacral area, for our ability to change when we need to. And the Muladhara, at the base of the spine, for our strength and our stability. Just bringing the hands back again just to the Anahata chakra. So this being our center for love and compassion. And just knowing that when we started our practice today, our practice was solely for ourselves. We set our intention, and the practice was our own. But now just bring to mind someone you feel could do with a little bit of help right now. And just dedicate the energy of that practice, energy that you created, just dedicate it to somebody now. Someone you feel could really do with it. And then softly open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. And remember, if you want to see more, there'll be a little button somewhere down there for subscribe, and you can press the bell, and that will give you notifications of when there's new videos or live streams coming up. Okay, thank you. So thank you from me and Rita.